Hi everybody, today we're going into a little Yin Yoga session. We take it easy, every pose, every posture. We try to hold on for around 2 minutes. You see that today I'm not alone, but Siri is joining me in the sequence. What you need is maybe a pillow, that's all that is needed for this session. And a nice area where you can relax. Alright, so find a seated position. Possibly you sit on top of the pillow. A little bit of an elevation in the hips often makes it easier to find an easy seat. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck. Your hands can be in your lap, your hands can be on your legs or your knees. And take a moment to close your eyes. Closing the eyes is something that we do to let go of whatever that we see, to turn the world a little bit inside, or turn the attention inwards, and to let go of whatever is happening around you. Take a gentle exhalation. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Same. So inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And one more like this. Inhaling through the nose. Gently releasing through the mouth. Keep your eyes closed and let your breath just naturally flow through the body, inhaling and exhaling on your own rhythm. If for you it feels good to take a few more exhalations through the mouth, then go ahead. But if it feels okay to stick with the nose breathing, inhaling, exhaling through the nose, then that's okay too. Slow down the rhythm of the breath. Connecting a little bit more to the flow of the breathing, traveling through the body. Let your sitting bones or the lower part of the body become a little bit heavier. Finding some ease and some space in the upper body. Tuning in with that breath, with the physical body. And enjoying the flow of the breath. In your own rhythm, take 2 more inhalations, exhalations. And when you're ready, very gently start to open up your eyes. And very gently release the pose. So take a moment to take that pillow to the side. Maybe shake off your legs. Bring the legs to the front. Shake them off. Wiggle your toes. Move your ankles, your feet, maybe your knees, your hips a little bit. Shoulders and arms. Just move around a little bit. Head. And cross the ankles in a very easy way. So make sure it feels good. And before we start, raise the arms, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Interlace the fingers above the head. And then turn the palms up. And give yourself a nice stretch in the upper body. Just go from one side to the other side. Do it on your own rhythm. Notice that your breath can flow without any effort through the body. from there, coming back towards the center and just release the arms. Okay. So we start in a standing position, and maybe you don't see us completely, but that is okay. Yeah? And stand pretty wide on your yoga mat. Yeah? Go a little bit towards the front. Stand really wide, turn your toes a little bit out, but make sure it's comfortable. Yeah? And then we're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna come to a very deep squat. Relax the arms, relax the arms. And if possible, try to keep your feet flat on the earth. Toes are looking out a little bit. Those knees are looking in the same direction as the toes are pointing. So avoid collapsing the knees to the inside. Keep them a little bit out. You can use the arms gently to keep the knees in place. And then let the upper body hang forward. Arms heavy, head really heavy, shoulders heavy, and gently breathe. We stay 2 minutes in this posture, or almost 2 minutes in this posture. When those 2 minutes are over, you will hear a little sound, and this will indicate that you can release the pose. If for you it's hard to keep your heels on the floor, your heels can be lifted as well, then maybe you need your hands to support yourself a little bit. Try to breathe deeply. And if during the Yin Yoga class there are a lot of things in the head, a lot of thoughts in the head, if all those thoughts are distracting you, then maybe it is a nice method to count your breathings. Counting the breath gives the head something to do, it calms down, and it balances off the breath. What do I mean with that? It's like you can inhale for 3, 2, 1, exhale for 3, 2, 1. Or 4 counts, or 5 counts, you decide. Let the upper body become really heavy. Still half a minute to go in this posture. Waking up the hips a little bit, rooting down the feet, connecting with the earth. This is your sound. Very gently, in your own way, release your posture. I'm not telling you how to come out of the posture. Try to listen to your body, see what your body needs to do. Maybe your body wants to stand up and lengthen. Maybe you want to sit down. So after every asana, I give you a little time to come out of the posture and to just try to follow the natural flow of your physical body to come out. Alright. And gently all of us come to an all-fours position, hands and knees. That's our starting position. For now, we bring the right foot all the way to the front. And you can bring the right foot a little bit more to the outside, so the hands are on the inside. Try to bring your right knee almost above the right ankle. And also here, the toes can go a little bit out. But keep it comfortable. Yeah? Alright. Now, the body weight is supported by the hands and by the right foot. Yeah? Sliding or wiggling the left knee a little bit further back. Alright, if you want to have something underneath your left knee, then take the pillow and prop it underneath that left knee. The purpose here is to wake up those hips a little bit more, so drop the hips, let them become heavy. You can be here on long arms with the hands flat. You can be on fingertips. If you have blocks, you can use blocks under the hands. You can be on fists if this is more for you. Lift the upper body a little bit. So it's not about the dropping here, it's about the lifting. 2 minutes in this position. Take it easy and breathe. Try to relax the face as much as possible, lowering the hips, let them become a little bit heavier, and then breathe through it. If for you it feels nice to close the eyes, then just softly close the eyes. It feels better to keep them open and keep your eyes open. Focus on the breath. Maybe using the method of counting the breaths. Stay connected with the flow of your own breathing. Half a minute to go. And then very gently on your own way, release the pose. So see what feels good for you. How can you come out of the pose? Take your time. Most of the times, coming out of the posture is very, very intense. So take a moment. And then when we do one side, you know that the next one up is the other side. So we start again in an all fours position. Take your pillow underneath your right knee if you need it. Bring the left foot forward and go slowly because you will feel it a little bit. Take the left foot out, so the hands are on the inside. Left knee almost above the left ankle and try to keep it over there. Keep the knee over there. Left toes maybe a little bit out. Keep the support the body weight on the hands and the left foot. And then try to wiggle your right knee or slide your right knee a little bit further back so those hips are gently sinking down. Okay, there we go. 2 minutes on this side. Try to keep your left knee almost above the left ankle. Toes can be a little bit out if it's okay for you. Okay. And breathe. Using the breath to hold on into the posture. Maybe using the exhalations to release or surrender a little bit more into the poses. Let gravity gently pull those hips a little bit down. Make sure that your breath is still flowing through the body. So don't hold your breath, or if you feel that it's impossible for you to breathe easily into the posture, then maybe it's an indication that the posture is a little too strong for you. So then release the pose or even come out of the pose completely. So in Yin Yoga, we try to find some stillness, some quiet in the physical body, in the breath, and maybe the hardest part in the mind. Half minute. So today's session, it's a general session, a little bit more focus on the hips. Almost there. And that's your sign to release the pose. Take it easy, go slow, with a lot of love for your own body, and come out of this posture. Alright, good. If you need to shake up your legs, if you need to stand up and stretch, go ahead. For the next posture, we again start on the knees, but yeah, maybe we need to shift. You can go a little bit more to the front. I go to the back. So for this posture, we don't keep the knees on hip distance, but we bring them way much wider. Yeah? My knees are as wide as a yoga mat, maybe even wider if it suits you. Yeah? The big toes are touching or closer together. I hope you can see. And then you bring the butt towards the heels, all the way to the back. It's like the child's pose. Your upper body can come forward, you can lean on your elbows, you can bring your head on your hands, or you can bring the forehead towards the yoga mat. It's like a child's pose, but a really wide child's pose. If for you it's hard to lower the body, and keep the upper body a little bit up. Support on your hands, use pillows underneath your chest to hang out. Head can be to one side, can be to the other side, can be in the center. If you keep your head to one side, I will give you a sign when we're halfway through the posture so you can change the direction of your head. Make sure your sitting bones are pretty close towards your heels. So don't lift your butt up like this. Keep it down. Deep breathings, full deep breath. If your head is towards one direction, then now is the time to change and bring the head towards the other direction. Oh, there's our dog. I guess he wants to join as well. Try to relax the shoulders, the neck. Notice how your face feels. Are you tensed in the face? Are you pressing your lips on top of each other? Try to relax a little bit over there. Relax the forehead. Try to relax your eyes. Also, when your eyes are closed, relax soft eyes behind the closed eyelids. A few more really deep breaths in this pose. And then again, take your time to release the posture and to come out. Gently bring your knees together, come to sit on your butt, taking the legs to the front. And if it feels nice, just shake off your legs for a moment. We go a little bit deeper into those hip openers, yeah? And let's start with the right leg, taking the right leg in, opening up the right knee towards the outside. So the right foot can be on the inside of the left leg, pretty high up. The left leg is long, but you don't have to activate the leg. Relax the leg. The only thing that you want to keep an eye on is that the toes of your left foot are pointed up and not out. So keep your toes up to the ceiling, the left knee as well. The right knee is bent. If for you it is easier to have something underneath the right knee to support, it's perfectly okay. For those who have a little bit difficulties with the knees, like bending the knees, exactly like in regular classes, you can use a rolled up blanket or a rolled up towel to bring in the knee, the back side of the knee, before you close it. It gives a little bit more space around the kneecap. Yeah? So make sure you listen to your knees. So the right knee is out, the left leg is long, the body weight is divided on both sitting bones, quite heavy. So try to be in the hips. And then first option is just sitting up, relaxing the shoulders, the neck, the face. Second option can be like a forward fold. Same here, use your hands, use your elbows, use your pillows, use your forehead on the yoga mat. See where you can go in this posture. Again, if it doesn't feel right to forward fold, please stay seated up with the upper body upright. Relax the shoulders, face, and try to be quite heavy around the hips. Alright, there we go. If you have in this kind of posture the tendency to fall a little bit over towards your right side, then try to bring the upper body a little bit up so you can again divide your body weight over the right and the left side of the body. You don't want to hang to the right side and lift the left butt of the yoga mat now. Keep the heaviness around the hips. Once you place yourself into the yoga posture, into the asana, try to stay there. Try to release muscle tension. Surrender to gravity, to the heaviness. And surrender to the slow flow of breathing. Inhaling and exhaling your own rhythm over and over again. Releasing the posture. Taking time. And then we're going to set up towards the other side. If you feel that the body is getting a little bit heavier, if you feel that your body is getting a little bit more tired, or you're getting tired, that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly normal. Alright. So again, find those knees. Again, find the heaviness on both sides of physical body, right side, left side. And find your options, staying upright, forward folding, releasing, surrendering. And we're up for 2 minutes on this side. Keep your right toes up to the ceiling without like flexing or stretching that right leg completely. It's not necessary. If in Yin Yoga postures you feel a little bit of resistance, in the physical body or maybe in the mind, that's perfectly normal, that's quite okay. In Yin Yoga we try to stay a little bit longer in the poses. In this session I just do 2 minutes, but you can hold the poses like for 3-4 minutes as well. But we need a time in order to really release the physical body and the muscle action and to go further than that resistance and to surrender. For that, Yin Yoga is for sure not an easy form of yoga. minute to go. And gently release. Take a moment to shake it off. To do whatever your body wants to do. And with those hips a little bit more spacious and open, we go into a small back bending. So pillow, I don't think really that you need it anymore. And bring the feet and the legs to the back and come to lay down on your belly. Alright. Relax the legs, relax the feet. And the feet can be a little bit wider than the hips. And then take the time to maybe point the toes a little bit in and the heels a little bit out. The toes a little bit in, the heels a little bit out. Creates more space in the lower back. If you do the toes out, heels in, there is more compression in the lower back. So avoiding that. Try to relax the legs completely, the butt completely, and then come on the elbows. And then measure how far of a distance the elbows need to be. Hold them. Place the elbows underneath or maybe a little bit in front of the shoulders, not behind the shoulders, a little bit in front of the shoulders. And then you can find your option with the lower arms. You can just bring them on the yoga mat, you can bring the hands together, whatever feels nice. Lift your chest gently without like making a really strong thing. Lift your heart a little bit. Keep your neck nice and long, but some softness in the neck and the shoulders. A lot of softness and heaviness in the belly and the lower body. So dropping the body while lifting the chest just a little bit, the heart a little bit. Probably you will feel some compression in the lower back. It's normal in this position. If it's getting too much, bring the elbows further to the front. If it's getting too much, or if you cannot hold it, release the pose completely. Inhaling, exhaling, again on your own rhythm. Try to follow the flow of the breath. Halfway through, so 1 more minute to go. Relax the legs, relax the butt, relax the belly, and don't forget to relax your face. And very slowly bring the upper body down. You can bring the elbows more to the side. So lower down on your belly. Your arms can be to the back and your head is turned towards the left side. So lay on your right ear. Let the arms become really, really heavy. Turn the palms of your hands up to the ceiling so let those shoulders fall down towards the earth. Just take a few more breaths here. Yeah, if you want to sigh, if you want to yawn, let it out, let it go. Take one more breath. And then very slowly come up on those elbows again. So take the head back to the center, finding those elbows again. Measure the distance. We go for a second round. In this Sphinx posture. If it feels good, you stay there. If it's getting too much, elbows more to the front. If you want to go a little bit further into the pose, bring the hands a little bit wider, and then lengthen the arms into a seal pose. So your option, listen to your body, see what feels good. Heart is gently lifted, neck is nice and long, shoulders are soft, and the lower part of the body, the lower body, becomes really heavy. The closer you bring your hands into the seal posture, the stronger, the more intense it gets. The further the hands are to the front, the more relaxed. So listen to your physical body. Check if your legs and your butt are still relaxed. Check if your face is relaxed. Allow the lower body to sink a little bit deeper into the yoga mat, into the earth. Notice what kind of sensations you feel in your body. Almost through. And gently again lower the whole physical body. Bring the arms to the back and the head towards the other side. So rest on your left ear, palms of the hands up, shoulders sinking down into the yoga mat. Take some time here. If for you it's really hard to release the lower back, you can always wiggle the butt a little bit from the left side to the right side in order to give more space into the lower back. And then when you feel that your body is like, yeah, it's okay, it's in neutral position again, then roll over onto your backs. So, roll over to the back. And take a moment to find this position, reclined position. Gently pull one knee, pull the other knee in. You can use your hands to pull them a little bit closer, rounding the back a little bit, moving a little bit from one side to the other side. And come back to the center, and we end with a little twist. So you can keep your, you can bring your arms a little bit more to the side, wherever you have space. And then gently let both knees fall over towards the right side. Also in the twist, keep it soft. So shoulders are heavy. Head can be in a very neutral position. You don't have to turn your head towards the other side. And with every exhalation, let the physical body sink a little bit deeper into the yoga mat, into the earth. 2 more breaths here in this position. First, finish your exhalation, and then use your next inhalation to gently bring the knees back to the center. You can use your hands to help. Take a moment. And then whenever you're ready, take a deep breath in and use the exhalation to take both knees towards the left, towards the other side. Two more breaths in this position. Again, first full exhalation, using the inhalation to come back towards the center. Give yourself a little hug here, maybe wrapping the arms, maybe lifting the head for a moment. Thank you to yourself. And then release the physical body completely. Take your time to lengthen the legs. Just let those feet fall out. Bring the arms next to the body, turn the palms up. If you want to cover yourself up with a blanket, please do so. If it's really hard to keep the legs long, you have the option to bend your knees, place your feet really wide, and just let your knees flow together. It's a nice option for Shavasana as well. And close your eyes. Take a gentle exhalation. Full breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. 2 more rounds. Inhaling. Let go. 1 more. And exhaling. Let your breath come back to a more natural kind of breathing. Keep your eyes closed. Body soft. Enjoy Shavasana, letting go completely, surrendering. The earth is supporting the body. Breath is gently traveling through the body. Whatever is happening in the head and the mind, give it some space. keeping the body still as it is, bringing the attention back towards the breathing. Gently invite bigger breaths into this moment again. So inhaling, exhaling in a bigger way. And then from there, start to gently wake up the physical body. Fingers and toes and feet and hands. Arms and legs, and if it's nice, then stretch completely. Lengthen the body, the arms, the legs, the toes, the fingers. Yawn and down. And then again, when you're ready, one by one, bring your knees closer to the belly. Slowly roll over to the right side and use your hands to find a seated position again. Alright. Thank you all for joining into this Yin Yoga session. Know that you can hold the posture a little bit longer. For sure, hold the Shavasana a little bit longer. And stay healthy, stay safe, and I hope to see you soon.